everyone, my name is Damonya Jones.
And I'm Sara,
and you're watching
The Hornet News.
The highlighted story of this week consists of the ongoing struggles for the Hornet softball team. Hornet softball feels the Title IX issues are arising. The softball players and coaches are upset due to the lack of accommodations for the Fullerton College softball team.
Fullerton College's softball players have to change before practice due to not having access to proper locker rooms. Some of the softball players complained and said that due to these conditions, it's a little uncomfortable for them to change, with some even resorting to changing in their cars for just a little more privacy. Lack of locker rooms or even private team restrooms are just a few problems on the long list of poor conditions that softball coaches and players say they have to deal with on our campus.
They also complain of poor field conditions such as weeds, choke batting cages, and other antiquated conditions that make it difficult to perform their best during practices and games. Coaches say because this is a women's sport, she believes these conditions are Title IX violations. The softball coaches have been posting evidence of these conditions on social media for the past 2 weeks.
Title IX is a federal law that states if a school operates or sponsors an athletic program, it must provide equal athletic opportunities regardless of sex. This law includes equal access to locker rooms, practice and competitive facilities, and equipment and supplies for both men and women's teams.
Coach Mendoza said that she has been fighting for these conditions to be resolved for years. She has not filed a Title IX complaint on behalf of the team. She says we're not looking for any lawsuits or people to lose their jobs. We're just looking out for our girls to have a good experience.
A former Hornet player playing for Fullerton College from 2018 to 2019 said to us in an interview, "I visit once every year, and it hasn't changed since I've been there."
Before and after games, players say they have to clean the batting cages, pull weeds from grass, and use paint buckets, hoses to clear out excess water when it rains. Some even ask their parents to get involved in the maintenance of the field. Players even complain about not having proper bathrooms.
Conditions of the field also affect recruiting, according to Coach Mendoza. The Hornets lose out to other junior colleges such as Orange Coast and Santa Ana for potential new players.
Players suggest that the most needed upgrades are building new bathrooms and a safe field to practice and have games on.
We also have updates on this ongoing investigative story. In an email sent by President Olivo directly to the Hornet, she said, "A third-party collegiate athletic expert has been identified to assess field conditions, restrooms, locker rooms, and other issues to ensure equity between our women's and men's teams." In an interview with Lisa McFerrin, Director of Campus Communications with the Hornet, she said, "There still isn't a formal complaint, and so the issues that have been raised have been elevated to the President's office. We became aware of this issue in the last few weeks." This might be disturbing for some viewers, but there are also alleged retaliations against the women's softball team, including an unidentified person or persons urinating on their portable restrooms and fields, and a severed animal's head being thrown onto their field. This all happened Easter weekend.
Wow, this is such a crazy situation. I just, hate that the, softball players have to go through this situation.
No, I know. The inequalities that are going on here are obvious. You can see it in the photos that Coach Mendoza has been posting online for a long time. And this situation has been going on for over 20 years. Not just even
20 years?
Yeah, 20 years.
Honestly, in my opinion, I would have left by then.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think that this is just extremely crazy. And it hasn't even been brought to the attention of higher-ups until just now.
Right. Where's the dean for this situation? Coming in, try to get this, approved and get this out the way to, accommodate these ladies.
Why is it happening right now? Why is it only happening now? Why are they just being looked at now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they're focusing more so on the male sports. They always just bring more attention to that, and and not pay. In my opinion, don't pay close attention to the women's sports as much.
Yeah, and another thing, if they were being paid for this, I can almost guarantee, not certainly, but almost guarantee that the baseball players would probably be paid a little bit more than the softball players.
Of course, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. My name is Sara Leone.
And I'm Damonya Jones.
And you're watching The Hornet News.